Hey guys, Frank here. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2023. I know what you're thinking. Frank, you're a few days late. It's like January 3rd or 4th or something today. And I got to tell you though, I'm super excited about 2023 because it's a special year. I'm going into my 11th year of being a musician and playing shows and writing songs, and the official 10 years just hit. Or we just completed the official 10 years because 2023 is now my 11th year of being a performing musician and writing songs and releasing songs and all that good stuff. So I am pumped about this year because not only do I have new music lined up for you, I'm actually starting a new song here next week, and I've got a lot of songs that obviously are still from the last 10 years. The one I'm going to record is a new one that I just wrote, but actually wrote it last year, so it still lands in the 10-year mark. And I'm pumped for what I got coming up, new style. But what I do want to do, and I'm also excited about, is how we are going to do a 10-year celebration of the first decade of Frank. It's going to be a Frank decade, or I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we're celebrating 10 years of music because I'll tell you what, when I started this, I didn't know if it was going to work out, number one. And number two, people told me, why are you wasting your time playing music? Don't do it. It's a waste. You're never going to do anything with it. A lot of people say that because when you think of musicians that make money, you think, or I should say make a living at it, you think of, Justin Bieber or, for me, I think of Dave Matthews. As you can see, I got my Dave Matthews gear here because I'm going to go see him in Mexico here in about a month, so I'm jacked up about that. But you think of the big names that we hear on the radio and that we see on the Grammys and all that stuff, and they make millions. But there are so many good musicians from national that you don't know, that tour nationally, tour around the world that you may have never heard of, to regional, to local. And by local, there's right here where I live in Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland area, there are so many great musicians that I know that to me, I think should be famous, but they're not yet. And they probably will be because they're awesome. But there's so much great music. So it is possible to make a living at it, and 10-year celebration because I have. I started from a spot where I was writing songs, figuring out songs, playing covers, playing bars that I didn't know if people were going to like what they hear, to, now I love playing to the crowds. I love writing new music, doing new releases. So it's awesome. It is an accomplishment. So we're going to celebrate it. And so with that, I've got some live shows or live songs that I recorded in the last 10 years, whether it be solo or Mundy and I. Different fests that we have some live recordings of, different events we have some live recordings of that will be released. They'll be released, exclusively just on, my own website or my own page. As of right now, I think that's what I'm going to do. We're going to fall back on looking at some history of some old pictures over the last 10 years, some stories of the last 10 years. Just so much good stuff. I've got so many ideas. Even the decade, the first 10 of Frank merch. Again, still going to work on that name. But it's been 10 years. We're going into 11. This is the 11th year, and I'm pumped. And I want to first say thank you to everyone who has not only been a huge supporter, because there are a lot of you out there that I see so often that download or stream or buy the CDs, or download or stream the songs, buy the CDs, buy the merch, come out and support at the shows, word of mouth stuff. That's awesome. Also speaking of word of mouth, also telling people about me in order to get me some shows in different places that I probably wouldn't get on my own or even think of or have that connection. So I do thank you for the support that you have given me, and I thank you. And with that being said, 10 years is just the beginning. I love music. I'm always going to be a part of music. So I look forward to still rocking it. But I think there's so much good stuff ahead. And so what I want to do in this video, just give you a quick snippet of where we have come in 10 years. Because it's not just me. Although I'm the goofy guy up there playing songs, trying to tell corny jokes, and be entertaining, funny, and good all at the same time. It's a we thing because, you know, you guys are there to support me, and if you weren't, I would just be playing guitar on my couch or, you know, recording songs on my computer and never releasing them. But, you know, every compliment is more energy for people like myself and my friends who are musicians in the area. Make sure you give those compliments because, you know, sometimes we put a lot of effort and heart into the art, and, you know, we do that because we have such a connection to it. We just want to connect with that one person that maybe that song or that, you know, that painting, that poem. I'm kind of talking about all my friends that are in the art world. You know, what that emotion might strike in that next one person. So if, you know, a song or an album cover, like I have my buddy John hand paint, you know, my album covers. You guys might know that story. You know, to poetic people, to whatever. If something strikes you, let them know, because that means the world to them. It means the world to them to hear, you know, to reflect on their thoughts and emotions, but when they know it connects with somebody else, it means the world to them. But real quick, before we wrap this video up, I just want to give a quick rundown of where we've come in 10 years. So I started playing guitar in like 2010, 2011-ish. Learned guitar off YouTube. A lot of you guys might know that story. And then finally got the courage to play my first show in 2013. So real quick, I got my computer right here of some notes that I wanted to share with you. So if you see me looking this way, I'm looking at my computer. But listen, in 10 years, from 2013 to 2022, a full decade of music and trying to figure it out and performing, here's what we've done. So I played in 8 different states in 10 years, which is, to me, pretty cool. I played in Indiana, obviously an easy one because I live in Indiana. Played in Illinois, also an easy one because I live on the border of Indiana and Illinois, so I've been able to play in Chicago a lot. But also Michigan, I guess you can call that an easy one too, but I've never just played over the border in Michigan. I've always played up north. Also played in Missouri, Arizona, Tennessee, Minnesota, Wisconsin. So this whole region, I've had some way, shape, or form a way to play either once or multiple times, and that's awesome. And then of course the far one in Arizona out west was a super cool event. It was a private event, and again, that was through connections. It was great. So I've got to play at colleges and universities. I played at Valparaiso, Wabash, where I'm an alma mater of, so that was a good one. DePaul, Indiana State, Notre Dame. Some notable things I want to kind of touch on, which is kind of funny. The first one's funny, is I was the Secret's Mexican Idol for 1 week when I was in my first trip of Mexico. I did a small performance. You guys might remember that story, but it was funny, and I won that contest, and I was supposed to get a free trip back, but unfortunately I didn't get to use it, which that kind of sucks. But it was cool. I felt like the celebrity on the resort for the week because people were like, "You're that guy that performed that song. You were good. You're the idol." And I was like, "Yeah, that was me." Sweet. Thanks for noticing. But anyway, got to be on WGN for Shoe Corner. And of course, our local newspapers did a few articles on me and the Times. So NWI Times, I appreciate that. WGN, thank you. I've got to share the stage with awesome people, not just the local musicians that I'm friends with. Those are always awesome shows. And I always appreciate sharing the stage and doing shows and doing the bills, as we call it, who's on the bill, with my friends and local musicians. And to me, they're all amazing, should be famous people, great performers in their own right. So I always appreciate them. The list is long on that, so I'm not going to be able to say all their names, but I've got to hang out or play with Clayton Anderson. I opened up for Clayton Anderson, Country Star, opened up for Los Lonely Boys. Couple people who aren't from around here, but notable country guys, Pistol Hill and Chance Stanley. Chance I actually was just talking to before making this video. Him and I might be doing a show here maybe this summer, so that's in the works. So real quick, last couple things, couple of numbers that I think are pretty cool. The number of performances I've done in the last 10 years have been 1,783 shows. So from when I started in 2013, and again, I think it was April 2013 when I played my first show, to December 30th or December 30th, whenever my last show was, of 2022, 1,783 shows in 10 years. So to me, that seems like not many, but when you actually split it up, that's a lot. You're playing half the year out of 10 years. So that's awesome. I've released 28 songs thus far. Actually recorded out there. 28 songs have been written. I believe, I was trying to do the numbers, but I think I'm missing a couple songs. I believe I've written close to 90 songs in 10 years. And so I should have came out with an album every year, but sometimes the years just get away from you. And just finally, another fun fact. These are all fun facts that I've, kind of reflected on over the last few weeks. And I was like, holy shit, this has been a long 10 years, but it's been a fun 10 years. Things like that. But the last fun fact, I kind of reflected on the performances I've done. And, as what we call a working musician, which means we are taking gigs, hopefully they work out. And, as long as it doesn't have to fit, I guess, but we take gigs, right? That's what a working musician does. We take gigs to play and entertain, and no matter the instance, you try to use your talent, or whatever talent you have, to entertain or enhance an experience. And I say enhance an experience because you're going to see I've played quite a lot of different types of performances. So the simple ones, I've had my bars and restaurants. I've had festivals. I've been able to play festivals. Brian and I have played a few together. I've gotten a couple on my own, just if it was a small, quick performance I've done on my own. But Brian and I have gotten a lot of festivals throughout the years, which has been awesome. We've played a lot of weddings, whether it be cocktail hour, ceremony, or after party. Corporate events, that streams out to anything. That could be a company party. That could be a seminar, before or after party or something, or if you're in between music. Corporate gigs can be anything. I've done assisted living homes for the elderly. I've played there for lunch and played some oldie tunes for them. That's super cool. Love to talk to them, hear their stories. I've done that in the past. Charity events, tons of private parties. And private parties could be summer parties, 4th of July parties, birthday parties. I've played birthday parties for people who are older. I've played birthday parties for people who are younger. I think the youngest birthday party I did was for kids who just turned 6, and I had to play about an hour of kids' songs. So that was a learning curve, but it went really well. So that's awesome. And you know what? I've done a few remembrance events, a celebration of lives. I've come in and sang a song for a wake or a funeral ceremony. Those are a little bit more heavier, but those songs, like I said, they enhance an experience because those songs typically mean something to those people celebrating that life, or meant something to that person who is no longer with us. So again, it's a crazy mix, but that's what a working musician really is. And that's 10 years of trying to give out my original stuff and still play and do all that. It's a lot of stories. And to be honest, and again, thanks for sticking with me if you're still here. I didn't think this video was going to go this long, but I just get talking and that's what happens. But to sum it all up, 10 years of music, as I said at the beginning, where a lot of people said, why are you wasting your time? It's a lot of work. You're not going to make any money. You're not going to, you're not that good. Well, you practice, you get better. As 10 years later, hopefully you're better than you were when you started. And I think I am. Hopefully you guys think I am too. But, whether I was still playing, whether making a living at it or not, when you look at the monetary side, what I'm going to say is the stories and the memories that were made from actually pursuing, money aside, whether, a paying gig or what I get for it now, money aside, the memories, the stories, the people I've met, the things I've been able to do, the festivals, going up to Michigan, all the way up 6.5 hours up in Michigan, people I would have never met if I didn't play music, going to Arizona for that private event, meeting those people who are now my friends, would have never met if it wasn't for music, would have never got the opportunity to go to Arizona in that sense if it wasn't for music, playing colleges, universities, going to those different states. it's honestly an amazing thing of what just, you know, picking up a guitar, singing songs, and trying to entertain people and give your voice, you know, as cliche as that sounds, my voice in songs and try to relate with people has really opened up a lot of opportunities and a lot of cool experiences and a lot of great memories that I'll have forever. So what I will say as a little piece of advice going away, wrapping up this video, is if you have a passion, a gut-burning feeling for music, acting, modeling, you know, poetry, some sort of art, something that you are passionate about that you can give to the world, it might not seem like it works out for you at the beginning, but the longer you stay with it, the more you persist, there's going to be so many awesome doors that are opened up for you, so many great people you're going to meet, so many friendships you can make, and, you know, things that you're going to be able to do if you just pursue it. Just pursue it. Just give it a shot. And don't give it a shot like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to play this show. That show didn't work out, so I'll play this show. You know what? It was kind of scary. I'm going to give it up. Go for it. Give it, I always say give it at least 4 years, right? Give it a shot. Now, if it's not working out, you're going to know pretty quickly, but you're not going to know in the first week or two. You have to try. You have to keep going. But I would highly recommend it. You know, if you believe in yourself and you feel that in your gut and your soul calling you to do something like that, just do it. Just do it. Stay with it. Give it a try for at least a decent long period of time. And, you know, I mean, I think you're going to be very happy that you did. I know I'm happy I did. I can't believe it's already been 10 years of doing this, and I can't wait for many more years to see where music takes me and, you know, keep coming out with original music and all that stuff. So thank you guys for sticking around. This is a longer video than I thought I was going to make, but like I said, I get talking. So here it is. Here's the 11th year of going into Frank Ruvoli music, but we're going to party and celebrate being here for 10 years. So guys, thank you so much for all your support. You guys are awesome. I do this because I love it, but I even love it more when we get to connect on a level with a song or a performance or something like that. So I can't wait for what the future holds, but I appreciate all your support so far. You guys have a great day, and stay tuned for more stuff on the celebration of 10 and what's coming up in the future. Thanks, guys.